Hey guys, Kuraito here, and I'm making a video about my new meta deck that I'm going to be creating for the tournament, if not better than this one. This is just a sample. I'm still trying to figure out what's good and what's best for my deck to run so far, but so far this is my Monarch build, and I'm going to be making this to go to locals and some YCSs if I get like really big into it, but I'm going to have to do a lot of editing for this deck, because so far it's been decent, but not perfect. And I got to make it perfect if I want to go to YCSs and stuff. But, yeah, so I'm just going to name off the stuff that is in this deck. So we've got 3 Netherworld Knights, and whenever he's normal or special summoned, he just special summons, or no, he doesn't special summon, he just lets you normal summon, well, tribute summon again. So normal summon again, basically. And you can also banish him to target India and get back into your hand. Well, special summon it, but that's almost the same thing because you can do it like that. And then you've got 3 Indias. So whenever this is normal or special summoned, you can just special summon Indios, and with Indios' effect, then you can normal summon, so that's why you go for level 8 normal summon. Also, if this is sent to the graveyard, you can target one of your banished Monarch spell and trap cards and add it to your hand. So that's all that does. Then you want 2 Erebus, and Erebus, just basically when it's tribute summoned, you can also tribute summon it by tributing 1 tribute summon monster. You send 2 Monarch spells and traps from your deck to the graveyard or hand. If you do, you shuffle 1 card from your opponent's hand or field or graveyard into the deck. Once per turn during either player's turn main phase, if this card is in your graveyard, you can discard 1 Monarch spell and trap card, then target 1 monster in your graveyard with 2,400 or more attack and 1,000 defense added to your hand. So basically any Monarch monster. Then you've got Aether, the Heaven Monarch. It's the same thing as Erebus, but there's only 2 differences. Basically, instead of shuffling a card in your opponent's hand, field, or graveyard into the deck, you special summon a monster with 2,400 or more attack and 1,000 defense from your deck, but return to your hand during the end phase. During your opponent's main phase, if this card is in your hand, you can banish 1 Monarch spell and trap card from your graveyard. Immediately after this effect resolves, tribute summon this card. This is a quick effect. Of course, the one Caius, this should be easy. When this card is tribute summoned, target 1 card on the field, banish that target. If you do, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent if it was a dark monster. Caius does the same thing, except it doesn't even matter if it's a dark monster for its first effect, and you just banish it and inflict 1,000. But then if it was a dark monster, you banish all cards with that name from the hand, main deck, or extra deck and graveyard of the player who controlled it. If this card was tribute summoned by tributing a dark monster, add this additional effect. You can target 2 cards instead. So you're banishing 2 cards. Mobius, just the simple, this tribute summon, target up to 2 trap cards on the field, destroy them. You've got Mobius the Mega Monarch. You can tribute summon this card by tributing 1 tribute summon monster, same with the other Caius one. You can target up to 3 spell and trap cards on the field. Destroy those targets. If this card was tribute summoned by tributing a water monster, add this additional effect. Your opponent cannot activate the targeted cards in response to this effect's activation. Got Ryza, which just targets 1 card on the field, return it to the top whenever it's summoned. You've got Ryza the Mega Monarch, which does the same thing, except you can target 1 card on the field and 1 card in either player's graveyard. If you tribute a wind monster, you can target an additional card. So you get to target 3 cards. You place the first targets on the top of the deck in any order. Also, after that, return the additional target, if any, to the hand. 1 Vanity's Ruler. The only reason why you don't want to play Vanity's Fiend is because I think I do too much special summoning in this deck. So I think Vanity's Fiend would actually get in the way. Also, Vanity's Ruler just works on my opponent, so my opponent cannot special summon monsters. You've got one effect Veiler, just so you can negate monster effects. You've got 1/1 for India, one reinforcement for India. Foolish Burial for India or Idios. Then you've got 3 Pendidity of Pendidity Monarchs. And basically all it does is like a pot of greed. You send 1 Monarch spell and trap card from your hand to the graveyard, draw 2 cards. You can banish this card from your graveyard, reveal 3 Monarch spell and trap cards from your deck. Have your opponent add 1 of them to your hand. Also shuffle the rest back into your deck. So that's all that does, and you can only activate once per turn, of course. You've got the Monarch's Thunder. I actually like this card because of what it does. Basically, I just tribute one of my tribute summon Monarchs, and I target 1 face-up card on the field, negate its effects. Well, its effect until the end of this turn. Then draw 1 card. During your main phase, if this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card, declare 1 attribute. All face-up monsters currently on the field become that attribute until the end of this turn, which is really good with Monarch Stormforth and any of the Mega Monarchs that have that extra attribute. You've got the 3 Monarch Stormforth, pretty easy. Whenever you would tribute summon a Monarch, basically, any tribute summon monster, you can actually use your opponent's monster to tribute summon. The True Monarch Dominion, while you have no cards in your extra deck, if you control a tribute summon monster and your opponent does not, your opponent cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck. If a tribute summon monster you can control attacks opponent's monster, it gains 800 attack during damage calculation only. Once per turn, you can reduce the level of 1 monster in your hand that has 2,800 attack and 1,000 defense by 2, even after they are summoned/set, or if this card leaves the field till the end of this turn. 3 Grudge of the Monarchs, also known as Transcendity of the Monarchs. You can basically reveal any monster with 2,400 attack and 1,000 defense, so basically any Monarch, to add any Monarch spell and trap card from your deck to your hand, except Transcendity. And then you can only activate 1 Transcendity once per turn. 1 Upstart, just in case, if I need the extra draw. 1 Excaliation of the Monarchs, basically it's a card that lets you tribute summon on your opponent's battle phase or main phase. You've got 1 Anti-Spell Fragrance. For Pendulums, my opponent basically can't use any Pendulums, and it makes them so they can't really use their spell cards when they're drawn. Same with me, but that doesn't really matter because a lot of my cards don't even matter if they just activate first. The original Monarch, this thing is really simple. It has 2 effects. One of it is like a recycling effect where you can target 2 Monarch spell and trap cards in your graveyard, shuffle them back into the deck, and then draw a card. That's simple. If this card is in your graveyard, though, you can banish 1 other Monarch spell and trap card from your graveyard and special summon this. As in defense position as a normal monster, fairy, light, level 5, attack 1,000, defense 2,400. This is not treated as a trap card. You can only use this effect of the original Monarch once per turn. Ambush of the Monarchs, which is also known as the Monarch's Erupt, and activate this card only if you have no cards in your extra deck and you control a tribute summon monster. Negate the effects of all face-up monsters on the field except tribute summon monsters. During your end phase, if you control no tribute summoned monsters, send this card to the graveyard. So it's basically like, I think it's Skill Drain? Yeah, it's like a skill drain, basically. Except it only works on things that are not tribute summoned. And that is it. That is my Monarch deck. I like it a lot. I can really lock down my opponent really easy with this deck. It's also really overpowering, so it's really hard for them to do anything. And yeah, my side deck isn't really important. You can make your own side deck if you want. This is just mine. But anyways, I hope you like my video. I'm going to put in my new donation page in the link below. I'm sorry I haven't been creating a lot of videos lately. I've been really busy, like I said. And basically, yeah, I'll just put some links down below in this video, and hope you enjoyed the video. I'm still making more, and yeah, I'll see you guys later.